everyone, and welcome back to Realms and Roleplay presents Sovereign of Death. Where we last left off, our heroes had just joined up with the Zandarian army and reunited with some old friends, Faruna and Zymes, who they met back in Stone Snarry way back in session 1. So, you all have reunited. I'm going to say some time has passed. It's probably late afternoon now. And Antagon Owlfeather is holding sort of a war council. And he asks you all to be there. Is there anything you'd like to do before the war council starts?
No, we're on a timetable, in my opinion. I've had a vision of some very terrible events occurring, so, let's have that war council now.
Okay.
I do want to feed the cat real quick, but that won't take any time.
Okay. So you feed Kit, and Kit looks very happy. And then you all head to the... Kitties are awesome. And then you head to the war council meeting. And so while you're there, you see some scouts show up, and they are like... Commander Owlfeather, we've scouted ahead, and we've seen that the enemy has gathered at the palace. We believe that's where Representative Swan Virgil is holed up. And another...
The palace is the same as the castle, right?
So, I don't know. You could ask.
Oh, I
Is-
assumed.
Is the palace the same as the castle?
You see another scout speak up and is like, no, there's a castle on the opposite side of the island, and it looks like it belonged to the Swan Virgil family. It's their personal estate.
I feel like we've got more urgent matters than one corrupt politician.
Representative Owlfeather speaks up and he says, well, if Churlish is here, we need to apprehend him. We don't want him to slip through our fingers.
Okay, yes, first and foremost, we need to know what information you have, because there might be something bigger going on here than just Churlish. I mean, he's wrapped up in it for sure, but...
You see, he looks over at Faruna and Zymes, and they kind of nod to him. He says, well, we were partnered with the Destined, and we were attempting to resurrect the humans and restore balance to the earth, to Yashan. However, it seems like Churlish and a group of radicals partnered themselves with this Sovereign of Death in order to stop us and prevent that from happening.
Wait. So why do they want the human?
Well, and at this point, Madie, are you still an elf?
Yes.
Okay, so he's like, well, we believe that there is one remaining human, somehow. And we have word that she's been spotted on Broken Rock.
That would be wild.
Potentially, but who could say? Broken Rock's a big place.
Super
It is indeed
weird.
a big price. We believe that we need to protect this human. She is of the utmost importance.
Sure. Okay, wait. So the Destined want to resurrect humans. Were you aligned with, what's his name from Stone Snarry?
Alistair Wormweather was a zealot, and it seems like a traitor. He was
Okay.
working along with Swan Virgil and the Sovereign of Death, according to my scouts.
As was a dragonborn, a half-dragon lady in Stone Snarry as well.
I'm not aware of any...
I immediately forgot her name, but I have it written down. Rune Welder, General Rune Welder.
You see, he takes a moment and he's like, what happened to General Runewelder?
She attacked Stone Snarry with a big dragon and burned it.
Is she still alive?
Who knows?
Aria, do you shake your head no?
And then I immediately stop doing so. Once she says, who knows?
He notices that and he says, well, Tiberia was my niece, and she strayed away from the path, but I hope that she's okay wherever she is.
May she rest in nieces!
Do you say that?
Yes.
You see,
To be clear, I remember, after that I say, to be clear, I remember nothing of what happened. I hope your niece is okay.
he's like, you have a strange collection of friends, but I appreciate your sentiment.
But she, just so we're clear, I'm very sorry that you don't know where your niece is, and hopefully nothing bad happened to her, but we saw her ride into Stone Snarry on a big dragon and burn the city down. I mean, Zymes was there, and Faeruna was there.
Yes, she should be brought to justice for her actions.
Right, so she was also aligned with Alistair and Churlish.
It seems things are worse than I thought.
Right.
If there is more to this, I'm not aware of the Sovereign of Death, so it would be unwise of us to attack whoever that is without knowledge of what their powers are. I think we can learn more from Churlish.
Okay, but if he's at the palace, so is...
No, he's at the castle, right?
Are the castle and the palace the same?
No.
They're different.
Wait. Okay, so in Broken Rock, there is a palace, which is where we rescued Marty and Keith, and where Churlish had his court. And then there's also a castle somewhere else.
Yeah, it's just like how the president lives in the White House, but rich people can have mansions. Like that kind of deal.
Okay.
Can I, before we go any further, I want to roll insight to see if he meant it when he said that he wanted to protect the human.
Mm-hmm.
Good call.
Okay, so 18.
Yes, so you feel like Antigone, his loyalties are to the people, and you think that he believes he's doing what's best for Yashan and for the people by protecting the last human and bringing the human race back.
Okay.
What does resurrecting the human race look like for you? What does it take? Is it dark magic? What happens? Do the same humans that lived 1,000 years ago just suddenly reappear? Or are we like doing some dark magic to raise their skeletons and then their skeletons are just zombies?
You see, he's like, I don't believe that they'll be zombies. However, the goings on of how it works is beyond me. The leader of the Destin is back in Zandara protecting the city, but he could tell you more about the specifics.
It just seems like that isn't how magic works without getting into some real dark, nasty stuff.
You see, he's like, I'm not a fan of dark magic, and it usually only leads to ruin, but if this is the will of the people, and we can find a way to do it without drastic repercussions, then we have to at least try or investigate it. However, it seems like our goals and those of the Sovereign of Death don't align.
Okay, but the Sovereign of Death also wants the last human. We heard that from their queen.
Do you know what for?
They didn't say, but I sort of thought you guys were working with them because every other Destined member we've come in contact with has been aligned with them.
You see, he kind of whispers something to one of his scouts.
Did I hear it?
You can roll perception.
Non-natural 20.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So he whispers, send word back to Zandara to have all the Destined detained or under guard until I return.
Okay, I like that. I like that call from him.
Acceptable.
So you see, he's like, I wasn't aware of the Destin's involvement, but this is something we'll have to resolve.
But you knew Alistair was involved, you knew your niece was involved, you knew Churlish was involved. That's 3 Destined right there.
Well, Alistair was an elected representative, and the Destined are a separate entity that operate outside of the governing bodies of Yashan.
He was wearing a Destined pin.
Putting aside who's wearing pins and when, my real question is, where, from the data we have, where is the Sovereign of Death? And where is Captain Jump Skipper, because he killed me?
You see the scout speaks up and he's like, we have reason to believe that the one known as Skip Glider is with Churlish at the castle.
And that's where my no, that's where the elder son is.
So you know,
he went to get
you know that Elderson went to the palace.
He was in the palace.
I know it's
But this is the houseboat thing all over again.
Let's refer to the castle as Churlish's.
Who's on first?
Wait,
Churlish's house.
Castle.
Churlish's house
is where
the
Churlish
castle.
is. Elderson went to the royal palace.
Right, and so my parents are at Churlish's house.
Palace.
No, your parents.
Everyone's at the palace.
Your parents.
Except for Churlish
went
and Skip
to
Glider.
the palace to.
Great.
Yeah, everyone's at the palace. Churlish is at his house.
Fantastic.
Skip
I'm
Glider,
sorry that was
right?
confusing. Skip Glider is with Churlish at his house.
Great.
Yes, I'm sorry that was confusing.
That's great.
I will
Okay.
put aside my revenge to save the people I care about. Let's do this.
Okay,
Well,
so
I don't think we can charge into the palace without getting information from Churlish.
But look at how many people we have here!
I think we have to go
They've
to the
all got
castle
level
first.
7 spells.
You see,
I think
Zymes
Churlish's
says, I think that the elf is correct, but maybe we can attack both places at once. If we reveal our hand, no one knows that we're here. And if we attack, then our position and our power will be known to the enemy.
But he just said that we had to find out from Churlish more about the big bad before we go fight the big bad, so that we can know whether we can kill it, right?
Yeah, so as she says that, Antigon's like, I don't believe that that's the best tactic. We should know our enemy before we attack. And you see Zymes looks really frustrated, and Faruna touches her shoulder, and she's like, we'll do as you think is best, Commander Alfeather. And he nods. So he looks to you all and he says, if you believe that Churlish is at his castle and we can apprehend him, then we should act now.
That's the information we think we have.
Okay.
Well, prepare
Although
yourselves.
I'm pretty sure you told us that information.
He did.
so-
He just told us that.
The scout is like, yes, I just found out that information.
Great. Yeah.
Right.
So like, so you believe it, so we believe it because you just told us. So it's not like we believe it. We're just trusting you.
I think we're gonna have to go to the castle first. I mean, I feel like that seems to be the prudent way. We go, we do that quick.
Is it the... Okay.
Churlish's
Castle.
manor is
Churlish's
a
house.
castle.
Churlish's house. Okay.
Churlish's manor is a castle. The palace
You
is
just
where
said manor. Manor wasn't used.
Well, I'm using it to distinguish between the two for my own well-being.
So as you all are talking about the specifics of palace and the castles, you see Alfeather stands up and he's like, we're going to go to Churlish's house and we're going to kill him. That's
Great.
what we're going to do.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
That's where my revenge is anyway. I
And
didn't
all
want
of
to be
them are
selfish
like,
and call it, but I
Do it
call
first.
Skip Glider.
Okay, I have a quick question.
To all of us?
I whisper to Win.
Yes.
No, I'm sorry. I don't. I whisper to Keith. I have a quick question for you. So we've never gotten into this before, but so you're a half orc, right?
Yeah.
What's the other half?
Oh, I always heard that it was half human, but I never
Okay.
asked my parents about it, I guess.
Okay, cool. That's all I want to know.
So if you guys
Let's,
have a baby, it's 75% human.
Yes, ma'am.
Be a quarter orc.
We're saving the human race right here, but first we gotta go and do some other stuff. So,
We
We're
gotta
gonna
find some
go.
half elves too and bring them into the bloodline.
So as you all are sort of finishing up, you see one of the soldiers comes and says, "Sir, there are a few warriors who've just come to the camp. They say that they are friends of this adventuring party. One of them says it's someone named Wynn's father.
That's me. I mean, you know my name was Wynn. Let's go. Wait, we want to see them.
Aren't you disguised in? Oh yeah, they know you're in.
Yeah, but I've always been
right.
Wynn.
They were like,
they
yeah,
just
so
didn't know I was
they were like,
Wynn
yeah,
the Changeling. Yeah.
So you all go to meet your father, and you see. So Rokal and Orpheus are there, and they look kind of banged up, but they look okay. And riding on Tony is Mithrika, and with her is Vila Bullhorn, Madie's mom.
Oh no, it's just my mom.
And they're all like, "We're so happy to see you. Things got really crazy back there."
I hug them all, and I'm like taking stock. Does anyone seem really hurt?
I run up to my mom and I said, "Do you know anything about Dad?"
She pauses for a moment and she takes your hands and she says, Your father didn't make it, sweetie. I'm sorry. There wasn't anything we could do." And Keith comes over and he puts his arm around you. "I'm sorry."
And I like lean over and almost fall over.
And he's just holding you. You all have this moment, and everyone hugs and reconnects. Aria, you don't see Elder Son with them.
What happened to Elder Son?
You see Rokal is like, well, he split off to search the dungeons, but we weren't able to find him after that.
Did you find Anne?
No, we didn't see Anne either.
Okay.
Well,
Maybe I'm so sorry.
So we're dealing with the disappear ants?
Marty, it's not the time.
Sorry.
I hit Marty.
So you all have this moment, and then you return to your barracks. Mithrika comes over to you when with Rokal, and she says, "I'm going to be going with you."
No, I can't. I can't fight if I think you guys are constantly in danger.
When she's a healer.
Your dad takes your mom's hand, and he's like, "We'll be together, and we'll fight as a family."
We're not going to make it without a healer.
I know, but
They're powerful. And listen, my dad gave his life for me so that I could have a better life. And if this world is over, then that's it. Do you want it to be in vain?
no, of course not. Okay, but please stay safe and listen to us and let's work together and nobody be a hero.
She smiles at you and she says, "I'm so proud of you, Wynn."
Thanks, Mom. I'm glad you're not divorcing my dad.
What? You and your father and I were never getting divorced. Where's that coming from? And Rokal's like, she's been saying that all the past few days. I don't know what's going on.
I whisper over to Aria, were Wynn's parents gonna get divorced?
No.
Okay.
When your parents hug you,
Does it fill her with inspiration?
it does
Does
not.
it fill them with
Hugs?
inspiration?
Only your dad's hugs are filled with inspiration.
Okay, so I just want to make sure, let's do some business. So we're getting ready to go to the Castle Manor house.
Yes.
Castle Manor House, yeah.
All right, so we've properly distributed our melons, correct? Everyone has 7 melons. All the 4 of us, plus Keith.
Mm-hmm.
7 melons. I've always said that about myself. Got 7 melons.
Everybody has their stuff. Marty, do you have your armor on?
I do.
Okay.
Thank you for the armor, by the way. It's I feel protected and loved.
You bet. All right, I go over and check on Tony.
Tony is looking pretty good, and she's like really happy to see you. She nuzzles up to you, and
I pet her.
Wait, I put the ear on. Is she saying anything?
She is saying, "I'm so happy to see you. It's been so long. A lot of crazy stuff happened at the palace. There was this weird dragon man, and he had this barrel, but the barrel was talking."
And
We had a barrel?
wait. What happened
Not
after
good
that?
news.
You see Tony looks at you, Wynn, and is like, "Well, I mean...
Does Tony understand Common as I'm saying it?
So you feel like Tony understands everything that you all say, but you just can't understand Tony. But now that you have the ear, you can talk to Tony.
Okay, good.
So she says the weird dragon man carried the barrel into the castle, and there was a tiefling that was with him, and her skin was really pale.
Okay, so the Tyrannicas have fee. Is what it sounds like.
Tony's like, I don't know what that means.
AKA, we have a man on the inside.
Or is being sacrificed currently.
Oh, right. He could be. Well,
hey, was Elder Son also an Aarakocra?
Yes. Right?
Yeah. Tony, did you see another bird person like Aria at all?
Well, when the other changeling person came by.
What?
When the lizard person came by, there was.
Now see, Tony, what you said first was changeling, and that does fill me with concern.
What
Tony?
I don't know. I'm just a horse, all right? I don't know.
Great, fantastic. I'll just put that away in my brain. So, Tony, when the totally real lizard person. Yes, Tony, please continue.
So they came by and they were being chased by some bird person who was flying above them.
Okay, did they see the bird person when they had the barrel?
I don't know, because I found this like really nice pile of hay, and it wasn't like the normal kind of hay. It was like a special kind of hay. It was kind of spicy, but like if I had some water with it, like I eat some hay and then you drink some water.
So you lost focus.
So as I'm seeing this thing play out, I feel both left out of a conversation and like briefly, Tony knew more than she was initially let on. Can I write? What would I roll to sort of determine the truth of this matter?
So you want to see if Tony's telling the truth? Is that what you want to do?
Tony knows more than she was saying.
Okay, so go ahead and roll an insight check with disadvantage because you don't understand what Tony's saying.
Well, I'm assuming Wynn is repeating everything that Tony's saying.
Are you translating?
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll an insight check with disadvantage because it's a game of telephone.
Okay, my first roll was 19, which would have been great, but then my next roll was a 5.
You feel like Tony is probably just telling Wynn about the various types of hay and how different consistencies of hay can actually... I
squint at the horse real hard.
Tony kind of like looks at you and then hits you with her tail.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what other changelings do we know?
Yeah, can we all just do a real quick changeling check where I'm gonna ask my parents to tell me something that only I would know. Please ask your mother that. Who else is with us here?
There are a lot of people. So there's both of Wynn's parents. There's
everyone who just showed up on the
mom.
boat, I'm assuming isn't a changeling.
There's also some people that y'all haven't met yet. There's Orpheus, there's Keith.
My friend.
Yeah.
Well, Keith hasn't been out of our sight, right? No, he was.
He's been...
he was in the dungeon.
He has been out of our sight.
Dungeon,
Super. So let's all just do a quick changeling check by asking our lovers and friends sort of things only they would know.
Oh my god, I'm trying to think of like what happened before Keith went down. Or we all went down before...
So
do we have time to do a comprehensive changeling check
just
for everyone?
Just a quick one question.
Can we just roll it and say we ask a question that only he would know from the time before?
I'll tell you this is what you can do. Each person can ask one person one question. So you pick who you want to ask it to, you pick what question you want to ask.
What do you all think? Should I talk to my mom or Keith? Those are my two people I could talk to.
Yeah, I have 3 people, which is the problem.
I feel like you should talk to your mom, because the rest of the party has had enough experience with Keith to potentially ask that question. Except Marty.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
You talk to your mom, and then who we have left are both of my parents and my friend Orpheus.
This is an insight check.
Yes. Well, so I guess you could ask them first, and then depending on what they say, you could roll insight if you don't believe them or you want to see if they're telling the truth.
I just want to say I asked my mom a question that she would only know the answer to, and then she answers me. What was the name of my favorite stuffed animal when I was a kid?
Come on, you know that. It was the pony. That's why we got Tony for you.
Okay. But see, this is when we're role-playing, makes it really complicated.
Go ahead and roll
to
insight.
know. Okay. Should I roll again, or do I have the one I have
Whatever
just rolled?
you rolled before, what'd you get?
12.
Okay, so you remember that when you were a kid, you had a stuffed pony, and you named it Tony, and then when your parents got you an actual horse companion.
My mom's legit, y'all.
Okay, so we have my parents, Keith, and Orpheus.
I'm gonna ask. I can ask Keith a question.
Sure. Great, and then Marty maybe asks my dad because he spent some time with him.
I'll ask your dad a question.
And then my mom's been captured, so I guess talk to my mom instead of Orpheus. I don't know.
Okay, so
yeah, I think that makes sense.
Who would like to go first?
Can we back up for a second? Like, so Wynn's a changeling, right?
Hey!
Did she tell if other people are changelings?
You did say that you have a spider sense to tell if people are changelings. I'll say that whoever you go to ask a question to, you'll be able to tell whether or not they're a changeling.
Got it, okay.
Okay, cool. Fantastic.
I feel very uncertain about talking to Wynn's dad, so I'll probably go last.
Okay. I'm gonna ask my mom, I guess. Changeling check.
So yeah, go ahead and roll an insight check with advantage.
All right. Okay, 18.
Okay, what are you gonna ask your mom?
I am going to ask her if she remembers the first bone I broke.
You see, she smiles at you and she says, "Yeah, it was the first time that you tried to change your form, and you wanted to be a bird so you could fly, but you ended up falling out of the tree and you broke your arm."
It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. And you see that that is your mom. She's telling the truth.
Okay, my mom's good. Hey, Mom, can you check Dad?
You see, she's like, "Sure, honey, if that's what you want."
Marty, I saved you.
She goes to talk to your father.
I just had a sigh of relief. Because I was just going to ask him about their divorce. Because no one seems to know. So,
is anybody else going to ask anyone anything?
I want to ask Keith a question.
Sure.
Keith, back in Stone Snarry, while we were fighting
eavesdrop
inside,
because this is a piece of my history that I don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
When we were fighting and we were finally fleeing with you from the knife museum, the party took one object from the knife museum. What was it?
You see, he's like, "Oh man, one object besides the emotional turmoil of watching my parents die. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it was probably that weird spear thing that you found, right?"
Can I go ahead and insight check him? Right, but Keith did see us use that in the dungeon, so he could be guessing, which is what's not ideal about that question. Okay, so that's That's a non-natural 20 on the insight check.
You feel like because his eyes are watering up, thinking about his parents dying, and because he probably wasn't being super attentive to other things that were happening, that's probably the only thing he remembers.
Cool.
But he's telling the truth.
Great.
I love making my best friend's boyfriend relive past trauma. It's great.
Yeah. Hey, Marty, can you changeling check my best friend Orpheus? You don't really know anything about her. Could you just do that real quick?
I walk up to Orpheus and I say, "So when's parents? Jury's out on them getting divorced, huh?"
Ask if they're gonna get a
So go ahead and roll an insight check.
That is 12.
Awesome. So you see Orpheus looks at you and like lifts up her eye patch and is like, "Divorced? What? What are you talking about?"
What's underneath the eye patch?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah, so when she lifts up the eye patch, she has ghost eye. And she's like, I've been with her parents for a while now. They've never mentioned that, and they seem pretty much in love to me. You feel like she's telling the truth.
Okay, and my mom's gonna changeling check my dad.
Yeah, so she went to talk to your dad.
And what does she say?
Your mom went to talk to your dad, and then about 10 minutes later, she doesn't come back.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes, so she doesn't come back.
Okay, cool. Where did they go?
You can go check.
Yeah,
We waited
we'll go
10
up.
minutes?
Yeah, let's go check.
We would never have given her 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, 5 minutes. She doesn't come back.
Great. Okay, I'm gonna go find them.
Okay, so you go.
I'd like to prepare an action. If we see combat adjacent things happening, I'm gonna go into a rage.
Okay, cool.
I'm so angry because I was so excited to come back to win and tell her that her parents aren't gonna get divorced, and now they're gone.
Maybe they're doing
The
it.
divorce court.
I hope they're doing it.
I hope they're doing it, too.
Because I would take the mental scarring over my father being a changeling any time.
So you.
How do your parents pass changeling check if they're definitely changeling?
Well, the question is, are they the changeling that they're trying to be?
You walk into the tent and you see your dad, and his eyes are glowing red, and he's got your mom in the air by the throat, and he looks at you and in a voice that you don't recognize says something in a language that, are you wearing the ear?
Yes.
He says something in a language that Aria, Madie, and Marty don't understand. When, because of the ear, you understand that this is some sort of demonic language, and
I've got infernal language because I'm a tiefling.
So Marty and Wynn both understand this, and your father says, "It took me a long time to find you all. Did you think that you were going to kill Tiberia and get away with it? Your father's soul is mine."
No, I disagree. Hard disagree.
And
Do you want me to attack your dad, Wynn?
I loudly say, what did he say?
so who's in the? Are you all inside of the tent?
I
I'm
guess.
like right behind Wynn.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
definitely was first one in.
Cool.
There's
okay.
no world in which I wasn't first one in.
Everybody make a perception check.
Boy.
I am so glad we did the changeling check, y'all.
Yeah. My passive perception is 17, but I just rolled a 15. What does that mean?
That's enough. Let's just say that.
I got a 7.
17.
Okay.
17.
Okay.
9.
Okay. So Madie and Wynn, you hear a bunch of screaming from outside, and all of a sudden you feel really hot. Like you feel like there was a lot of heat for some reason. And when your dad smiles at you, and he's like, "You can't stop us."
We're certainly gonna try. Martin, get him.
Because this is combat adjacent, like she's choking the mom. Which
is she breathing?
She's breathing. She's just restrained at the moment.
I am in a rage, and I'm going to roll to attack.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
I'm gonna do my great axe, and that is a plus to hit. Blah blah blah. I think that is a 13.
A 13 hits.
Oh, I gain advantage on strength checks as well. So,
also,
13.
Attack's is not a strength check. The strength check is like if you're trying to lift something, break something, grapple, something like that. But you do hit, so go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, so that is 1d12 plus 3, and then I have an additional plus 2 with rage. So that's an 11 plus 3, which makes it 14, plus 2, which makes it 15.
Awesome.
And because I'm in a rage thing, yes. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. That's my first action. My first attack. That's a 15.
Awesome. And what kind of weapon are you attacking with?
Great axe.
Okay, so you rush over and bring your axe down.
I want to target his hands. I want to chop off his hands so he can't.
Wait, is that my dad being possessed?
Body.
I think that's my dad being possessed.
Then chop off his hand and he can't hurt your mom.
Stop!
So
You said to hit him.
So
You told me to hit him.
So
I jump in between him.
No, it's okay. So you can't chop his hand off with 15 damage. He's a little stronger than that. But so you with your attack, you bring your axe down and you cut him pretty good. He lets Mithrika go, and you see his eyes turn back to normal as he screams out in pain, grabbing his hand and falling to his knees. And he's like, what happened? What's going on?
Can I toss him a good melon?
Sure.
That's what they're called? Okay.
Go ahead and mark one good melon off from your count.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought you were going to get divorced, and then you were choking her, and then Wynn told me to hit you.
I thought you were going to restrain him or hit him like with your fists.
Mithrika walks over and wraps her arms around your dad, and she's like, "It's okay. You were enthralled by some kind of power that we don't understand, but I'm here with you."
I hide my great axe behind my back.
So as they're talking, you hear coming from outside the.
Don't give me that shock, matey. We've all hit the wrong people in time.
My daddy.
You hear.
Not so much you, it's just the whole thing. There's a fire outside.
Yeah.
I can't remember if we brought Keith with us. It's the whole thing, okay?
He's there with you.
Is Keith and Kit and the skeleton? Aria, is your skeleton here?
So
Josh.
Keith and Josh the skeleton are there. Kit the kitten is not there.
Okay.
Tony here.
Tony's outside.
Tony's outside where the horse stable is.
Is Orpheus with Tony?
Orpheus is with you all.
Fantastic.
And so you hear this roar from outside, and you hear more people saying like, "Stab it, shoot it," and people are rushing by. Your mom looks at you all and she's like, "Go help them. I'll take care of your father."
Oh, Mom, can we tie him up? I'm gonna tie him up first. Dad, I love you, and I'm so sorry for this, but you're currently possessed, so until we can solve that problem.
He's like, "I understand." And so you tie up your dad, and your mom is like, "I'm going to stay here with him, but you all find out what's going on."
Okay, and just FYI, the safe word is now pineapples, so that's our security question.
It's always pineapples. Make it coconuts.
Okay, it's coconut.
Coconuts. Double Duke. That's not even his name.
Double Duke. That's the important part.
See, your mom's like, "Okay, I'll remember that." Starts to heal your dad. You all rush outside. You see this massive shadow dragon, and it's blasting this dark black fire out of its mouth. And there are soldiers being burned, other soldiers trying to stab it. And you see Antagon standing on top of a wagon, and he has both of his wands out, like blasting at it with magic. And you see Xalavier and Faruna are there with their weapons drawn near Antagon, and they're fighting off skeletons, protecting him.
Ooh, can I run over there and tell the skeletons to stop?
Yeah, so there's a lot of craziness happening, so now we're going to be in combat, so we're going to act in turn order. And Aria, you are first in the turn order from the initiative that we rolled. So you want to go over to where the skeletons are, right?
That's right.
Awesome. So you run over there to try to control the skeletons. So go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save. Nat 20.
Yeah. So there are probably like 15 skeletons over here, and you, like a puppet master, hold out your hands, and all the skeletons stop, and they turn to you, waiting to hear your next command.
With me! I point them at the attack the dragon.
And they're like, "Argh!" And all the skeletons start to charge toward the dragon.
Does this include Josh?
No.
No,
I stopped Jake.
Jake?
John.
I thought it was Josh.
Jake.
Josh.
Josh.
Jake. It's clearly Jake.
Jeremy.
Jake Skellington.
It's Jeremy. You stop Jeremy from joining the rest of them.
Yes.
So your right hand skeleton stays by your side, and the other skeletons head off to attack the dragon. And now we're going to go to Orpheus. So Orpheus sees what's happening, and she what's Orpheus going to do? She goes over and she jumps into one of the wagons that is like this really large wagon, and she starts to fiddle around with something, and you see she pulls the sheet off of the top of the wagon, and there is a giant crossbow in it. And
Yes, finally a ranged weapon.
she's it's like a huge like a basilisk like infiltration crossbow thing, and she looks at you and she's like, "What are you standing around for? Help me!" And so she's trying to load it. And now we're gonna go to Win. It's your turn.
I guess I'm gonna help Orpheus load a giant crossbow. Do I feel like it's gonna do more damage with a big crossbow than with my short bow?
So this crossbow is like the size of a car. Like it's a massive crossbow. Yeah.
Then I'm going to help Orpheus load and fire it.
Is there a way I can also help with that as
Yes.
a big beefy boy who's enraged?
Yes. So on each of your turns, you can attempt to help. So how the crossbow works is you need to load it, you need to draw the crossbow string, and then you can fire it. So to load it, you need to roll a 15 or higher. To draw it back, you need to roll a 15 or higher. To fire it, you need to hit the dragon's armor class to hit.
Okay.
So right now, the crossbow needs to be loaded.
It needs to be like additive.
No.
With
I mean,
your 5 and your 2 and our 6 and that 7 over there combined.
We are the captain of a place.
Okay. I mean, I'll help load it. I'm not particularly strong though, so.
Just see what happens. Go ahead and roll that down.
Is it strength or just a straight D20?
It's going to be a straight D20.
Oh, that's better for me, technically.
Yes, you're welcome.
That was a natural 20.
So, you know what? When
Load it and draw it back.
you've been having a rough time, and there are a lot of people here on this island that you thought was your home that just keep messing with you and your family.
Yeah, I don't
And
like it.
you are just like tired
Marty,
of everyone's
talking to you.
stuff. You jump up there, you like take the bolt from Orpheus, load it in, draw it back, and you shoot a shot. And you hit the dragon right underneath its front leg. So go ahead and roll 66.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Makes a satisfying sound. That's 20 damage.
Awesome.
Hey!
So you shoot the dragon, and this dark blood shoots out of it as it rears back in pain. And now we're going to go to Marty. It is your turn.
I just saw this incredible thing that Wynn did. I'm gonna jump and try to do the same thing with the crossbow.
Awesome. Go ahead and roll in that 20. Or a
Yeah, could you roll a nat 20?
roll in that 20. Yeah.
If you could, that'd be great. Thanks.
Okay, so can I using my barbarian rage and also an absurdly high athletics thing, can I use athletics to try to at least to load and draw in one thing?
Trying to get a running start.
Yeah, so if you roll a DC 19 or higher, I'll let you load it and draw it.
So is this otherwise a straight strength? Is this a strength roll? Can I use my athletics for this? What would this be?
So I'm letting you use athletics on this one. Normally it's just a flat D20 roll.
Okay, that's a 16 with my athletics.
Awesome. So you get into the cart and you're able to load it. You aren't able to draw it back, though. It seems like after it shot the first one, the string's gotten a little tight for a moment. So
I've got bonus actions.
yeah.
So for a bonus action, would I be able to try to draw it back, or is there a way I can try to help a friend by like throwing a javelin? I've got javelins in my inventory.
So you won't be able to attempt to manipulate the crossbow again this turn. However, you can use your bonus action to do other stuff if you'd like. Usually you can't make an additional attack as a bonus action, but if you have like some kind of special ability or there's something special about your class that allows you to do that, then you can do that.
So I have 2 attacks per action flat. Does the manipulating the crossbow do both of them?
Yes. So
Okay.
The attacks. So when you think about action, think about like an action as an umbrella thing. And so if you chose to attack, then you have 2 attacks. But you chose to interact with this special object, so that was your action for the turn.
So because I'm in a rage and I'm frenzied, I can make a single melee weapon attack as a bonus action on each of my turns.
Awesome. So who would you like to attack? So there's a dragon. There are the skeletons that Aria sent to attack the dragon, and there are some other skeletons around the camp that Aria has not taken command of yet.
Do I have enough time to shout out a very quick, like, hey, folks, tell me what to do, real quick thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who is riding the dragon? Is this the succubus or is this?
No, the dragon's there on its own.
Okay, great.
Hey, so do you want me to hit the dragon, or should I stay by the crossbow?
Hit the dragon.
Yeah.
Dragon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I take my great axe and I go like, "Ah!" after loading the crossbow, and I try to hit it.
Is the dragon's on the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the dragon is currently standing on the ground.
Okay.
And so you run over and go ahead and roll an attack to see if you can hit it.
That is a 17.
17 does not hit.
Shoot!
So you swing at the dragon, but its scales are really tough, so you're unable to break the skin. So now...
And then I'm just looking up at it, just like...
it's going to be... he's tied up. I don't have your mom in the initiative order. She's doing something else. He's not here. It's Madie's turn now.
Oh man. All right.
Madie.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna try hand-to-hand combat with the dragon.
Oh, go for it, yeah.
Alright, so I get up my hammer, the trusty hammer. Alright, so that was a 19, which is a crit for me.
Awesome. Go ahead and roll double damage.
Okay, so let me see what that is. Let's see, so I've got my warhammer. Okay. Why can't I tell the difference between my die? Okay. Okay. Let's see. 17, which doesn't hit.
So, hold on. I thought you
already rolled to hit.
Yeah, you were rolling.
Oh, I already rolled to hit. Yeah. 17 is what I got.
Yeah, so you're rolling damage now. So 17 damage. Madie, you take your weapon and you found out about your dad passing away, and now these people are messing with your friends. The dragon is fighting some Xandarian soldiers, and you run up and like jump off of its claw and just hit it right across the face, and it falls over to one side from you hitting it. And now we're gonna go to.
Oh yeah, maybe.
You see, Keith is like, I think I'm in love, and we're gonna go to. It's
That's
actually
not
his turn now. So he's going to try to help you with the. Oh, yep. So he is able to draw back the string on the giant crossbow. And
tell us about the flexing of his muscles as he does them.
So as he's getting in there, he sees you glistening as you're trying to pull it back, and he comes over and he's like, "I got you, don't worry." And the two of you together, just two beefy boys, are able to pull back the string and ready another shot. So now it's going to be Antigon's turn, and he is going to do some powerful magic. He is going to
dual wielding wands.
Yeah.
It's a wizard gunslinger.
He is. So he takes his wands and puts them together into one wand and blasts out this massive wave of energy at the dragon, and it eats it. And it seems like it has no effect.
What?
And you see he looks like shocked that just happened.
He just fails.
Yeah. So now it's going to be the skeletons' turns. So the skeletons that you commanded are like climbing on the dragon and like stabbing it. And there are other skeletons that are around. So I'm going to roll 3 d20s. That's going to determine how many. Actually, no, I won't make them d20s. Let's roll some d8s. This will determine how many soldiers are killed by the skeletons in this turn.
Oh,
So,
cool.
Oh my god.
Wait, but the skeletons we don't control.
That's right.
that's correct.
So outside of this one climactic area, a whole bunch of people are being hurt.
It's weird, they're all ones.
So,
honest
oh
thing.
wow. So,
I don't like that.
As you
I don't
all
like it when you say
are
that.
trying
it.
to fight this dragon, you see all around you that Xandarian soldiers are just being mowed down by these skeletons, and 30 soldiers are killed by these skeletons.
Aria, get more of those skeletons.
Yeah, okay, I'm working on it.
And you see now it's the dragon's turn. So the dragon, it stands up because it was knocked down,
I
and
forgot to take my second hit. Damn.
the dragon's eyes glow red. And Wynn and Martin, you hear that voice again through the dragon, and it says, "Your friends will be mine." And the dragon like lifts his claws in the air, and the 30 soldiers all get up, and they, some of them have
Aria?
like rotting flesh.
Hey,
and they
Aria.
are like dragging their weapons around. And they join the fight. And then the dragon is going to make a breath weapon attack at the folks in the cart.
don't agree.
This is what's gonna happen. Actually, no, it's not, because it ate that energy blast that Antagon blasted it. So let's see what happens to him. I'm gonna roll 2 d20s, and let's see. Aria, you're over by where Antagon is. High or low?
Oh boy, low.
Okay, cool. Let's see what happens. Awesome. So the dragon lets out this blast of dark energy that's also got the spiral around it of the power that Antagon shot at it. It comes right for the cart where Antagon's standing on, and you see that someone steps out of the cart, and she has this giant machine that you aren't really sure what it is. It looks like the same kind of power source that Michael 1 and Michael 2 have in them, and the machine blocks the blast, and like a barrier comes up around the cart. And the woman who stepped out of the cart, she's in Asamar. So it's like an angelic being. She has emulsive eyes and tan skin with an elegant black coat and that has long tails. She's wearing red pants. She has gray and black hair that's tied into a braid that hangs over her shoulder. And
the most stylish woman.
She's like, Fatima Gray, nice to meet you. And she kind of tips her invisible hat to you, Aria.
We've heard of her.
So yes.
She's famous.
Have we?
She's famous.
In your mind's eye, you know that Fatima Gray is the inventor tycoon who runs Hell for Leather, which is like the largest corporation.
You're so right. Yes,
I'm a fan of Fatima Gray's.
She seems familiar, but the memories are tied up with Michael 1 and Michael 2 in my mind, but I don't know why.
It's on page 1 of my notes. Miellyn just recalled that so fast.
Speaking of Michael 1 and Michael 2, especially if they received upgrades, are they still like non-combat? Are they just still DM plot devices?
I'll tell you what. So right now you can see through the smoke, Marty, you see 2 familiar faces that are a part of the machine that she's using, and you see Michael 1 and Michael 2, and she's melded them into this shield that she's using. To answer your question, it's probably the second thing.
Listen, she's cool. She can do whatever she wants.
We're gonna go back to the top of the round. It's Aria's turn now.
Okay. So like those 30 those 30 soldiers that were just killed and then like stood back up. Are they like all in a group? So
they're like, so you're in a camp, and the camp is about 60 feet by 60 feet. So they're all over.
Okay.
You can make an investigation check to see if there's some way you can maybe like, reach them all.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, sure. Let's give that a shot.
I could throw you really high into the air with my giant muscles, and you could go like
wings.
I do have wings.
Oh, yeah, that would be.
Can I just, that's not a bad idea. Can I just like fly up, 15 or 20 feet into the air? Oh boy, this trick is not going to keep working. And make some orders to all the skeletons that are in earshot.
Okay, so you want to fly 20 feet into the air, and you want to take command of skeletons that are in earshot while you're 20 feet in the air.
Okay, 15 feet.
Okay, so
just spread, like if we look at it through, we're gonna have to use a little bit of trigonometry, but if you look at the volume that is covered by the escalation of the height of this triangle that we're making, this cone, then Aria should be able to reach by going at least, because it's height times width.
Yeah, do the math.
It's like that gif with like the lady and she's like, and all the math is on the screen.
If she go high, it go wide.
So I'll tell you what. We're going to ignore the battle that's happening, the giant dragon that's breathing fire, the giant ballista, all that stuff. We're going to ignore that, and I'll say, if you roll a 19 or a 20, then I'll let you do what you want to do. I'll let this be a free action.
Okay. see how it goes. 4.
Awesome. So you feel like it's too loud and they won't be able to hear you. You can make an investigation check to see if there's a way you can amplify your voice.
Okay, let's give that a shot.
Wait, doesn't Martin have a voice amplification power?
I do.
Well, the wizard did. Do you still do?
It's a cantrip.
Can you cast it on her?
Can barbarians use cantrips?
Yep, because I'm a tiefling, baby.
Well, sure. So you know that Martin has the booming voice or whatever, cantrip. But go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Okay. 9.
Yeah, you know Martin has that ability.
So
It's also Martin's voice, though, isn't it? It's not Aria's.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
it says your voice booms up to 3 times as loud. One thing I would mention is that a cantrip is still a spell, technically, right?
Right. This is what I'm thinking.
Because when I'm in a rage, I can't cast or concentrate on spells.
Yes.
So rest in
Okay.
peace.
Okay.
I'll say that, like, you were unsuccessful in your investigation, but is there something else you would like to do for your turn?
I mean, unless I'm allowed to just take attacks now, which I would be totally okay with not being allowed to do.
No, yeah, you can if you want. All that stuff.
Shoot.
I'll let you do those for free actions.
Shoot, I'm gonna go hit the dragon then.
Cool.
Get that
Swoop
dragon.
down.
What if you ordered the skeletons to tell the other skeletons?
So telephone persuasion between skeletons, like, hey, let them know
I can
what a
tell
good
you
deal this is.
right now, just because of logic, that's not gonna work. And for the sake of time, we don't want to go through it. So.
Okay. Thank you. Just had to,
I'm gonna go whack the dragon with my quarterstaff. That is a 12.
Cool. A 12 does not hit. So you swoop down and take a hit past the dragon, but your skin is really tough, so you aren't able to hurt it with your quarterstaff.
We should say some mean things about its childhood and try to reduce the toughness of its skin.
It's not Pennywise, unfortunately.
So I can take an unarmed strike as a bonus action.
I'm pretty sure monks can do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to spend a key point, I think.
So look, I'm trying to search.
No, you
for
don't?
this.
Okay, yeah, you can
I
just...
have to spend a key point if I want to make 2 attacks, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and try to use that bonus attempt, the bonus action, to make another. Oh, and I get 2 attacks too. So this is just my second attack. Dear God. All right, we're up to speed now. Thank you for your patience. That one is a 17.
Awesome. Is this with your quarterstaff?
That's right.
Okay, you're unsuccessful. It does not hit.
Okay. Then I'll try an unarmed strike.
Cool.
Your unarmed strike is the light of the feather fist, though, right?
If it hits. And that's also a 17.
Awesome. So you
Including your bonus?
Yeah.
you feel like you try to gather some power, but you feel like you haven't charged it enough yet for it to do enough damage. So you try to break through its scales, but it's too tough right now.
This is very embarrassing, guys.
So
Very strong dragon.
Orpheus is going to nope. So she's unsuccessful in trying to fire the crossbow. So now it's going to be Wynn's turn.
Yeah, girl, I'm gonna fire this crossbow.
Do it.
What did I have to get? Because that's a 13.
So you needed a 15 to
15,
fire it.
okay.
So you are also unsuccessful. You feel like because it's being used, it's harder to do. So now we're going to go to Marty. It's your turn.
Okay. I'm next to the dragon, who is doing some business now that's stood up again. I am... You know what? I'm gonna go full barbarian because there are other people to load the crossbow and to take care of that, I'm going to try to. I've got basically 3 full attacks, so I'm just gonna go with 3 full attacks. 16.
16 does not hit.
That is a 24 hit.
Yes, that definitely hits.
Okay, that's 1d12 plus 3, and then an additional. Oh, that's a natural 12. Plus 3, that's 15. Plus 2, that's 17.
You're such a troll.
So 17 total.
Yep.
Is this damage?
Yes.
Okay, and then you had a third attack, right?
Yeah, that is a. Does a 25 hit?
Yes, 25 hits.
So much.
That is a. That one is just a 7.
Just a 7.
Okay, awesome. So,
I just go like.
Love barbarian Marty.
Here for it.
your bloodlust has taken over, and you are doing some serious damage to this dragon. As you're attacking it, you see that this shadowy blood mist starts to spill out of it, and it's looking pretty hurt. So now it is going to.
I want to do something very stupid. Can I do something very stupid as my turn ends?
But what if you didn't?
What would you like to do?
As the voice of "But what if you didn't" rings in my head, I consider the consequences of like as that blood is spilling out. I'm just going like.
So Marty is bathing.
I'm
in
considering it.
Oh, okay. I mean, you're welcome to do whatever you like. So.
You're eating the blood of the possessed shadow dragon.
Maybe that wouldn't be a good idea. I'm keeping my mouth closed, but I'm certainly thinking about next turn. I'm probably gonna open my mouth. Just gonna be honest, because I am really angry right now. And barbarians scream. I just did the
Marty,
scream.
if
Well,
we have to
within
fight
at all times.
Mega Marty, I'm gonna be so pissed.
I'm gonna be so angry.
We brought you back for this.
So now it's
Right
Mindy's
now,
turn.
I'm doing good.
Oh, it's my turn? Okay, so I forgot to take my second attack last time. It will not happen again. Alright. 9.
9 is unsuccessful. Do not hit.
Yeah. 1 second. Let me check.
Now, what if it was a 19?
That would be a lot better.
What if it... Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah, what if we just wanted it to be a 19?
You know, I think in our hearts we all.
I rolled another 9.
Yeah, I rolled 2 12s in a row last turn.
So
I mean, I rolled a 2, but I get a +7, so...
Oh, wow.
you're trying to hit the dragon, but it's fending you off with its tail, and so you're trying to break through, but you're unable to break through at the moment.
like that.
So Keith is going to try to fire the crossbow, and he's unsuccessful.
Oh, Keith.
I'm like, y'all are like, so now,
No, we always love him, just we're
He's
disappointed.
too pretty to be angry with, but we can definitely just be like, Keith, why?
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Antigone is going to.
Is Fatima, because she's now emerged, is she now a character with initiative who can do things using my friends she has melded into a canon?
She has initiative, she has agency, she has amazing hair and red pants. I am here for her.
She
Hey, are you,
definitely
you got
listen.
eyes for someone other than Keith?
If something happens to Keith, I got a backup now.
Wow.
You know Carmen's gonna make something happen to Keith now.
He's been trying for like 7 episodes, okay?
So that is not true. I don't know what you're talking about. Antigone is going to cast Fireball, and
Good.
yeah. Oh well. Oh well, no, it's a Shadow Dragon. Okay. So yeah. So he's gonna cast Fireball, and
Oh no. Oh, yeah, it's a shadow dragon.
I'm gonna need some more dice. Like,
He's gonna
The
do
kombucha mean.
8d6 of damage. Oh no, he's
Eight?
gonna cast it at a higher level actually, so he's gonna do
Avi,
9d6.
get in there.
90. Man,
I didn't roll very well. Okay.
Come on, Owl Feather. Get it together.
That had kind of a nice ring to it.
You gotta get your head in the game.
So he does 34 points of damage.
Yeah, you did.
As he lets off this giant fireball, and he's like, "You'll pay for killing my men." And
You kill a lot of your men.
good to be honest, that is the best catchphrase I've heard someone shout in battle.
yeah, he needs to step it up. So he, the dragon is looking masked up. So as he does that, a big chunk of the dragon's face gets blasted, and you see this like really shadowy skeleton underneath the dragon on one half of its face, and that side has the red eye, and then on this side is the normal eye of the dragon, and it rears up. It looks like it's preparing for some kind of attack. Now it's going to be the skeleton's turn. So last time 30 soldiers died.
What about my
Here's the
skeletons?
thing, your
Do my
Aria skeletons never did damage to the skeleton thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they did because they didn't roll last time. Let's roll
Oh,
them
okay.
again and see
Oh,
what
okay, got
happens.
it. They rolled too low.
They all missed. Yeah. So they're on the dragon. They're just not able to penetrate.
They take after their mom.
So
Listen here.
only 8 soldiers died that time. So
Only
the
8.
skeletons kill 8 more.
Why don't you tell us their names and also the names of the children they'll be leaving behind?
Yeah, did they have a family? Were they married?
I'm sure they all did. So they're all dead, and then they are risen to join the army of the dead. And as that happens, you see Fatima is like, "This is not good." She looks at you, Aria, and she says, "Hey, can you control the skeletons? I think I have a plan."
My voice is too quiet.
She's like, "What?" And then she takes out this device, and she presses a button, and it turns into like this megaphone thing. And she says, "I wanted to know if you could control the skeletons, but I can't hear what you're saying. I hope you come back down here." And it's like super loud. Like everybody at the camp can probably hear it.
And the dragon's like, I wonder if she's controlling the skeleton.
So the dragon is going to, it's now the dragon's turn, is going to attempt to, so it's going to fly over, and so now it's in the air. It's going to attempt to bite.
wait. I'm sorry. Was that Fatima's turn?
Yeah, that was her
talk?
turn.
Her turn
Well, no,
was
she
to talk.
built a device.
Oh, got it.
So yeah,
Got
so
it.
she
Okay.
put a device into play.
She had one prepared.
Okay.
Come on.
So she's an
At least have her try. Can she roll to throw it to Aria, please?
Yeah, sure.
Do I have to
She
roll to
missed.
catch it?
So now, the dragon's going to take flight. So anybody who's standing by the dragon gets an opportunity attack as it takes off.
Yes.
Skeletons?
They're on the dragon, so they're not leaving us.
20!
You got a nat 20?
I did!
All right. So go ahead and roll double damage.
Okay.
I got an unnatural 20.
Hey, go ahead and roll
Am I
damage.
also near the dragon? I tried to hit it.
Yeah,
You're in the air. Aria is already in the air, so the dragon's gonna fly right past her. That's an opportunity attack.
I mean, you were in its vicinity and it's taking off, so you can go ahead and roll an attack if you like.
16.
16? All right, awesome.
9.
Perfect.
Nat 20.
Hell yeah. Go ahead and roll double damage.
Okay. You gave me 3d10s for that. That was a choice you made. 3d10.
3d10.
Yeah.
So then roll 6d10 since it's a crit.
Or you could click on if you trust D&D Beyond, you can queue up 6 d10s and it will
I don't
roll
have a
for you.
d10 roll on D&D Beyond.
Bottom left, you should see like a die shape.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, sick. You guys are rock stars.
click as many as you want.
Okay. The 17. 17
total? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So...
That's cool, I didn't know that.
Dragon, dead dragon.
So, Madie, the dragon tries to take off, and you jump up and cut one of its wings. And as you do, Martin, you're able to stab upward and hit it in the gut, and its chest tears open a little bit. And as it flies up towards you, Aria, you see that shadow eyes looking at you, and it says something in Infernal that you don't understand, but your fist shines true of the Feather Fist, and with the power of your master and all the other monks of the Order of the Feather Fist, you punch right through the dragon's skull, and it bursts into light. And as it does so, there are light particles that fall down onto the battlefield, and all of the army of the dead collapse into dust.
Yes! Yeah! Can I remember what it said in Infernal?
Yeah. So you can try to relay that information to one of your teammates if you would like.
Cool. Hey, Marty. What does mean?
So
that's how Infernal sounds, right?
So
it's more.
So Aria's pronunciation is a little off, but you know that what she is trying to say is soon the ritual will be complete and death will reign, is what she said.
So I'm like, here's what you're actually trying to say, and mansplain the Infernal back to her, unfortunately, because I've been placed into that position.
Oh, Marty.
And then I helpfully asked, do they mean like reign like as a ruler, or reign like weather?
I'm not sure it matters in either way.
I mean, I would just like to know.
The army of the dead will reign. Would that just be a bunch of bones falling from the sky?
You see Keith walks over and he's like, I don't think either of those is a good thing.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
Antagon,
Hey, by the way, Keith, nice job out there.
you see he's like, you too.
He failed. Didn't he fail all this roll?
He was
No,
like,
he didn't.
that was
He
so
succeeded
awesome.
in one. Or, I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to nod appreciatively.
Hush, I'm having a moment.
So Keith takes your hand and puts one arm around your waist as the fire rages in the background, and there's the smoke in the air, and he looks you in the eye and he says, Madie, I don't know how to tell you this, but I think that I love you.
I love you too.
And you both share a passionate kiss amongst the destruction of the battlefield. Antagon...
All of my skeletons clap.
the skeletons that are left are all clapping. And love has overcome death in this battle. But you see that it was not without loss. Antagon is there looking over the battlefield, seeing all the men that he's lost. And there are about 15 Zandarian soldiers left.
Wait, he came with 38 plus 15? That was his entire army?
You see, do you say that out loud?
Yes.
You see he's like, well, Zandara needs to be protected. We couldn't take our entire force here, and we were hoping that we could rally the people of Broken Rock and join forces with them. but it seems that
Add insult to injury.
So you said I need a total of 53 soldiers entirely.
you see.
I'm just gonna raise up a little army of my own. I'm just gonna walk in there, be like, "Hey, bro," and everyone's just gonna follow me, and then I'll have that army.
Listen, mistakes were made. We need to move on.
Antagon gets in your face when he's like, "You insolent child! My men died here for the likes of you. Don't you dare insult me!"
That sounds like hold
and
up.
we took the dragon down.
Let's not fight. Let's not fight.
Aria punched him with light.
Let's not fight, everybody.
But we need to keep going. We can't stay here. We need to go get information and continue with the plan. Whether or not your 15 soldiers are behind us.
He angrily puffs
Now
a little
Aria's
fire out of
15
his nose, and he's like,
I have as many soldiers.
well, my soldiers and I will handle what we came here to do. It seems that we'd be best served if we split our efforts. Since you and your friends are so powerful, why don't you head to the palace, and my men and I will take care of Churlish.
Fine. Since the ritual's almost complete, and that's probably where it's going down. I think that makes sense for us.
You see he turns to leave, and what'd you say, Marty?
I was gonna say, excuse me, mega famous tycoon Fatima. We could use some help, and you did take my best friends and meld them into an unholy weapon. So, would you mind joining us for destroying an ancient ritual and saving the world?
You see, as you were talking to her, she's like doing something on a device, and she's like, "Oh, sorry about that." And she goes over to the shield generator and presses a few buttons. They separate and turn back into Michael 1 and Michael 2.
Oh, wow.
And she's like, "I think that my efforts would be best served with Commander Owlfeather, but Michael 1 and Michael 2 will escort you to assist if needed."
All right, but
Can I get...
Can I
Excuse me.
I'd like the megaphone.
Hi. Big fan here. Big fan
She's
here.
like, "Oh, whoa, oh."
Big fan.
Wait, no, but I actually need the megaphone. Can I please have the megaphone? It helps me control the army of the dead.
She pulls a small disc out and she hands it to you. She says, "Press the center button and it'll turn into a voice amplifier."
I want
press
to
it
roll
again.
Thank you so much, you're amazing.
I want to roll persuasion with puppy dog eyes. That's what I like.
Go for it.
That's a 15.
She looks at you and she says, "Well, I'm more of a cat person myself." But
Actually, that's actually a 17.
All right, she looks at you and she says, "I'm really more of a cat person myself, but I really want to be able to help. So maybe if there's something I can give you to help you out, is there something that you think you need? I mean, you seem pretty well equipped. You all handled that dragon."
Can I make on the side, can I make a call for Kit? Is Kit around?
Yeah, so you call for Kit and you hear like a meow, like a really faint meow.
Do a changeling check.
Coming from your tent. So your tent has collapsed and there's some rubble over there. So you feel like maybe Kit's buried under the rubble.
wait, we have a tent, or the tent where my parents were?
The word, wherever Madie's barracks were, Kit's under the rubble where Madie's barracks are.
What would be the most useful item for the party at this point?
I mean,
Do you have like a gun?
She laughs at you and she's like, "Don't you?" And she pulls one out.
Gun, please.
Yeah, can I just have a gun? Thank you.
So yeah, she pulls out a gun and she's like, "Oh, gun, I never thought of that word. I was thinking more like combustion projectile, but gun sounds better. It's a lot easier, it rolls off the tongue."
You can have the name rights if you give Win the physical object, the prototype that you have.
Yeah, or equip them onto Martin 1 and Martin 2. Michael 1 and Michael 2.
Yes! Give Michael 1 and Michael 2 guns! Give them guns! Mold it into their flesh!
She looks at it and she says, sure. I mean, it'll take about 2 weeks, but I could definitely do that.
Okay, nope. I'll just take it then, I guess.
She hands you the gun. So the gun has...
Thank you.
We'll look up stats for the gun later.
She's an inventor. What did you think would happen? All of you fools don't even know who she is. You won't let me talk to her.
Please, Miss Gray, Madie here is a huge fan of your work.
Well, best be on our way. Thanks so much.
We aren't gonna forget the kitten under rubble.
I know.
So here's the thing: the entire time we're talking about this, I don't want to forget the kitten under rubble. Can I go off, having negotiated that deal? Can I run off and help the kitten under rubble, which I heard meow?
Yes, you do. So you scoop up Kit, and Kit's a little dirty, but she's okay. And so now you have the small kitten in your arms.
You bring her back to Fatima, who's more of a cat person.
I bring her back to Fatima, of course. We aren't going to do the changeling check yet. I hope that doesn't have consequences.
So you bring the kitten back, and Fatima's like talking to Madie, and she's like telling you about Hell for Leather, and she's like, yeah, when I was 18, I wanted to be, oh my God, is that a cat? And she runs over, and
That's my cat.
this is your cat? Oh, he's so cute. And she's like playing with Kit.
If Kit transforms into something horrible, I'm never going to forgive you, Carmen.
And so Fatima's playing with Kit. You see Antagon and his men head out, and they start to head toward Churlish's house. And when your mother and father say that they're going to head, your mother and father walk up to you and they're like, we're going to head with Antagon, because once we attack Churlish, the people of Broken Rock will need a leader. And you see Rokal puts his arm around your mom, and he's like, and they'll have the best one.
Why is he untied? Dad, you're being possessed by a demon lord. You can't go do this.
He's like, I feel fine now. I think that whatever was wrong with me before...
Tie your dad back up.
Oh, no,
Tie
okay.
your dad back up.
Just take the rope and tie it back up. Sorry,
Awesome.
Dad.
So as he's saying that he's okay, you're tying it back up, and he's like, well, I really think this isn't necessary. And so you tie him back
Mom,
up.
why did you untie him? You saw him get possessed. He was choking you. Dad, you have to stay here. You can stay on our ship, but you're not going anywhere.
You see your mom walks over to your dad, and she puts her hand on his face, and she's like, it's okay. I'll be okay. And your mom and dad kiss, and they have a moment. And then your mom, she looks at you, and she kisses you on the forehead, and she says, be careful. I'll see you soon.
Is Orpheus going with you or with us? Orphe?
Orpheus like, I can speak for myself.
Sorry, I said it because I was thinking it, and then I said Orphe to ask you. So yes, it is your choice.
You see, she's hooking up the cart with the giant crossbow on it to a pulley thing that Tony is going to be pulling, and she's like, I'm coming with you. I'm going to kill me a death god.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
The spirit.
So your mom heads off after Antagon.
Bye, I love you, Mom. Please be careful.
So I talked to Fatima and said, okay, so we've talked for a bit. We've got this great cat. We're really big fans of yours. They don't appreciate you, those people who are leaving. I really think you should come with us.
You see Fatima's petting the cat, and she's like, well, I mean, appreciates is not really something that I seek, but I see that you drive a hard bargain, so I'll tell you what. If you let me hold on to this cat, I'll come with you.
Yes, but also I was kind of hoping that she would watch my mom because I don't really trust Antagon.
You see Madie's mom walks over, and she's like, I'll keep your mother safe, Win.
Okay, Mom Squad.
Yes.
And your mom comes over to you, Madie, and she's like, I'm so sorry about what happened to your father, and I wish I was more of a fighter so I could help. But please be careful.
Mom, you are a fighter. I want you to be careful.
She gives you a hug. And she's like, my little Madie, going off to be a hero of the world.
Well, we'll see about that. Oh, and by the way, this is Keith. He's my boyfriend.
And when you say that, your mom looks and she's like, "Oh, he's handsome."
I know, right?
And you see Keith is like, "Oh, hi, Miss Bullhorn," and he looks really awkward and uncomfortable. And your mom gives him a big hug, and she's like, "Will you keep my Madie safe? Hear me, young man?" He's like, "I'll do my best, man. I'm really infatuated with your daughter. I think she's really great, and she's a really badass warrior." And she like slaps his arm and she's like, "You watch your mouth, sir." And your mom gives you a kiss, Madie, and she's like, "I'll see you soon."
Okay, and don't you worry. I'm going to keep myself safe.
Just like I raised you. And she goes off.
And we'll watch her. We'll watch over her and make her sure she's safe.
Yes, so don't worry. So, Fatima, yes, you may have the cat.
She looks at you and she's like, "These terms are acceptable."
Isn't that the cat that was whispering like doomsaying prophecies to you? Okay.
Can we do the changeling check, or just the weirdness check? I pull everyone together. I'm like, Fatima, one moment. Everyone, we've had too many surprises. I have memory of a betrayal, some tiefling with red skin stabbing people with a rapier. I'm talking about Calderon.
I don't remember that.
Calderon?
I remember Calderon. I don't.
Right. Don't you remember I told you Calderon went back and stabbed a bunch of people after you were out.
I was asleep, yes.
Yeah.
So, sorry. Out of character, I thought that you had all forgotten the person who murdered us brutally.
No.
A few sessions ago. So, here's the thing. I have memory of there's too much transformation and possession and everything happening. Can we just all as a group collectively kind of like scan the cat, make sure it's okay?
Let me do...
Skin the cat?
Skin the cat?
No.
Oh,
I'm talking about scanning the cat, Aria.
Can I stare into its eyes and do an insight check to see if I think it's a cat or some sort of doppelganger creature?
If someone has Arcana, that would be useful.
So
I'm gonna roll perception.
Your doppelganger spider sense is not going off, and you stare deep into Kit's eyes and go ahead and roll insight.
I rolled a 20, non-natural.
Okay.
I did a 23 insight.
So,
We
Marty,
are getting the soul of this cat.
Marty and Wynn, you are staring each of you into one of Kit's eyes, and after like about a few seconds, Kit like licks his paw and like rubs her ear, and then she's like, "Meh," and that's it. You feel like Kit is a cat, and whatever happened to Madie was not Kit's doing.
Uh-oh.
That's a Kit Kat.
That's scary. Should we do a perception check on me?
No, I mean, we saw...
Check me? Am I a changeling?
Maybe.
I mean, I know I'm dressed like an elf, but...
Maybe. We saw my dad, who my mom is pretty sure is my dad, get possessed. I think the cat was just possessed.
Or was I possessed?
Why would you be possessed?
Can we roll Arcana to make sure she wasn't possessed?
I had a cat talking to me and I heard it. Something weird happened. It's either a cat's fine.
I've got Infernal. I can smell the stench of the demonic.
So as you all are talking,
oh shit! I hate this. The phrase "as you all are talking."
The dragon rises up and eats you.
As you all are talking, Orpheus is riding on Tony's back, and she looks at you. She's like, "Are you coming or what?"
Yes, we're coming.
Yes.
Fine.
Okay.
Awesome.
Moving along.
You all head towards the palace, and which is the royal palace where the elected official lives.
And where we stayed when we first showed up, and it's not...
Yes.
In our highly personalized, very cool bedrooms that Aria really wishes we could.
And that's where, on top of the roof, the Dragonborn, who's definitely not a changeling, is sacrificing some sort of creature, probably Fee, and also Elder Son was there trying to rescue Fee.
So,
Okay.
as you get there, you see that there is a dark, ominous purple cloud swirling around the top of the castle.
It's
Is
gonna
it like
rain.
the purple aura that surrounds Aria when she's doing something?
Yes, actually, it is.
It's gonna rain.
So, you all are all at full health, right?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
So nobody
Nearly,
needs to short-
not quite.
Okay, so you can short rest on the ride over there if you want.
Oh, cool. I will.
Yeah, might as well.
And also, so you all get there, and as you sort of pull up to the front, you see standing outside is Mox and Dirge Skip Glider and Calderon. So the three of them are standing out there guarding the gate. And there are a army of skeletons that surround the palace all the way around on every side. And there are some scarecrows on the bridge leading into the front entrance of the castle. And you see Fatima looks at you all, and she pulls out another gun, and she's like, "So are we gonna go kill a god?" And that's where we're gonna end for today.
So cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you all so much for watching this penultimate episode of Realms and Roleplay
right.
Sovereign of Death.
Either we all die next week or we win.
It's all led to this. Who's the Sovereign of Death? What are they planning? Are the heroes going to be able to stop it? There's so many questions.
Shit, isn't it?
Who
We
knows?
have a lot of questions.
You have to come back next time to find out. Thank you all so much for watching, for going on this journey with us, and we'll see you next time for the finale.